Hello, Aquarius. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Aviana. This is Aviana's Ascension, and today we are going to see what's coming your way for the month of October. We're going to do a Celtic cross, and of course, this is general, so just take what feels right for you and leave the rest behind. Thank you guys so much for sharing your energy with me. While I get the cards ready, we're going to talk about your meditation. So, first of all, as I was getting into your energy, I just kept hearing, an Aquarius a day keeps the doctor away. I don't know, right? That could be an energy of maybe you're a healer, or maybe you do holistic practices. There could be someone around you who's kind of draining your energy for some of you. But it was an interesting energy. Okay. So that's that. And then in the actual meditation, I saw you in a witch hat, right? And you're in the middle. It was like a forest, but there was a gravel pathway, and you're wearing black and very, very witchy. And you were walking the path, and then you turned around and looked at the people behind you. And then you just started running. And as you were running, and it was happening in slow motion, it was very cinematic. As you were running in slow motion, there were lanterns on either side of the pathway. And as you passed each one, they lit up. And so you look back, run, and then you disappear. And I see you kind of pop up somewhere super far away, and you float up. So it was really cool. And then the people that were watching you, they were like, oh, she's gone. She's gone, and there she goes. So it's very interesting. I feel like you're really tapping into your power, your capabilities, your confidence, your magical self. Some of you could be doing a lot of work with your feminine energy, and we all have masculine and feminine within us. So yeah, I just feel like you are really stepping into your power. You're not letting anybody or anything hold you back anymore. It's almost like you're not asking for permission anymore. You're just going for it, making things happen, and showing up how you want to show up. And you are really taking control of your life, of your future. And a lot of people are in awe of you. This is exciting. Okay, let's get into it. I'm also an Aquarius, so I love to see what's going on. And hey, if any of you have a birthday on January 26th, same. Let's be birthday friends, okay? So let's get into it. Overall energy at the bottom of the deck. We do have the Death card, the World card, the Ten of Swords. Okay, could be dealing with a Scorpio here, but clearly there's been a big ending, a big chapter coming to a close. This is definitely welcoming transformation, rebirth, new energy. So something has really shut down, you've walked away from it, or you've accepted that, it's time to move on from this. We have the Knight of Wands, the Two of Swords, the Nine of Pentacles, the Nine of Cups. So you could be seeing a lot of nines. We also have the Four of Swords, the Lovers. Okay, so with the Knight of Wands, the Two of Swords, I feel like you could be protecting yourself from anyone who's not being consistent, or I feel like you're not trying to be distracted right now. You're not entertaining any nonsense, anything like that. Some of you could also just be really serious about something right now. I feel like you're not indulging in having too much fun or going out too much, which sometimes joy and fun are a big part of manifesting a new life or whatever it is that you want. We have to have rest and ease, just like you have to work and get focused as well. So we might have to revisit this, but I just feel like you're very serious at this time. Okay. And the Nine of Cups, Nine of Pentacles, I mean, you're really focusing on yourself, and you're trying to flourish and thrive and create something beautiful for yourself by protecting your energy, by being focused and being determined. Okay. And with the Four of Swords and the Lovers, you could be really taking a break from other people, maybe a break from a relationship, but I just feel like you're really focusing on yourself, and that is going to cause a very beautiful outcome. So let's see though. Let's see what's going on. Okay, your current situation is the 10 of Wands. So you're definitely focused, determined. You are really pushing yourself to accomplish something or to meet a certain goal. The 10 of Wands can also talk about feeling like there's a lot of pressure, or like you're the only one showing up for a situation. Okay, and this can be the case, like say there's like some relationship issues, or say you work with the team at work and you feel like you're the only one showing up or going the extra mile, or whatever the case may be. If it's a personal goal within you and there's not anyone else who's supposed to be working on it, then yeah, you're putting in that work. You're very determined. But again, you want to make sure you're balancing that joy and having fun with working hard. It's not all or the other. It's a balance. Okay. So let's see about the 10 of Wands for you, Aquarius. What's going on here? Okay. Very interesting. We have the 7 of Cups, the Hanged Man, and the Knight of Pentacles. You're definitely being asked to be patient with this situation. This is something that is unfolding in divine orchestration, and something where you need to surrender and you need to let go of the control or force, okay? Because whenever we're moving from control, force, that's really an energy of lack, right? That's an energy of, maybe you don't have trust or faith that something is going to come through. So whenever we have that, we tend to overwork ourselves or push or try to force something to come together. This is a situation where you need to trust in divine timing and let things unfold as they're meant to. Take it one step at a time. And a small baby step counts. With the 7 of Cups, though, it feels like there is maybe a lack of clarity with this situation. Maybe you're just kind of like pushing and forcing because you're not really sure what to do or where to go. All right, let's look into the 7 of Cups a bit more. I mean, I definitely see that you're wanting to move towards a new chapter, a new situation. This could have been the result of a breakup or walking away from a situation where you felt like there wasn't balance, or there wasn't, like balance. That's what we're going to go for. Yeah, and like this new chapter is centered around you putting in work, focusing on yourself. So tell me more about the 7 of Cups. Okay, there's the Knight of Wands again. Okay. We have the Knight of Wands and the Ace of Wands. So I feel like Spirit is saying, when you find yourself with an uphill battle, or you feel like you're overworking, or maybe there's just confusion or uncertainty in a situation, I feel you need to indulge in fun and joy and things that you're passionate about, right? Sometimes with my business, my tarot, I have to tell myself, I have to remind myself why I started this in the first place, and where's the passion, where's the joy? Because a lot of the times with our goals and our desires, it'll start out as this fun idea, but then as we get more serious about it, we lose that joy, and we question, like, when is this going to happen? Like, what's going on, right? So whenever you find yourself in those moments, take a step back and remember, why did you start this in the first place? Why were you drawn to this? What about this lit your heart up? And can you bring that back into it? I feel like you need more fun and more joy in this situation. Your passion, that's what we need. Yeah, it's like you may have like just scarcity and fear surrounding your success, your stability, your abundance, and working with others and just seeing something come to fruition. Okay. So the challenge on this situation is the 10 of Cups. Very interesting. Okay, so this is all about emotional fulfillment. And I feel like the challenge It could be a couple different things, right? It's like you have something that you're very determined and motivated to see through. So the challenge to this could be maybe you're not spending enough time with friends and family and self-care. This could be needing to spend more time outside. This could be maybe a big part of this is like you want stability and security for your family, for yourself in the future. So there's a lot of fear surrounding the family unit and the potential for what you'll have in the future. This could also be maybe you want your family, your friends to be proud of you. Let's see, tell me more about the Ten of Cups. And again, I just feel like there needs to be that level of joy and love and optimism in this, not just work, work, work. Tell me more about the Ten of Cups. We have the Page of Swords, the Queen of Wands, and the Queen of Cups. You could be dealing with a fire sign or a water sign here, but I definitely feel there's a need to tap into your feminine energy with this situation. You can't just be brute force and pushing and forcing. The feminine energy is all about letting things come to you, attracting. This is about exploring your inner world and allowing a softness and an ease into the situation. I feel like that's what you need, you know? There needs to be more trust. There needs to be more like allowance, right? Let the grip go a bit. And with the Page of Swords, yeah, there's like a level of hesitation. I think there's like, I feel like you really do believe in this goal and this end result that you're working towards. Obviously, if you didn't, I don't think you'd be putting so much energy into it. But where there's belief, there's also that level of hesitation. I feel like you're not fully trusting this, which is why you're so much in the masculine energy. Yeah. I mean, it's going to come through for you. Like Spirit's letting you know the work you're putting in is going to lead you somewhere very beautiful. Tell me more about the Page of Swords. Like your hard work is going to pay off. So if you believe that, how can you let this be a more enjoyable journey? We have the Page of Cups and the Strength card. Yeah, you have to be brave right now in following your heart. There's a version of you, this lion, this animal, your reptilian brain, who's only focused on survival. And that's a normal thing, right? Because we're all on earth. We have bills to pay. We've got things we need to buy. And, we have to be able to, pay our taxes and things like that. But the higher self knows that the universe is going to support you when you follow your heart, when you trust. So how can you introduce that way of thinking to this animal version of you? And there's a need to sit with that part of you without letting it consume you, right? Like for me, I will, like, for example, I was journaling today and I had to go to the bathroom. So I went to the bathroom and then I came back and I like just got on TikTok and I was sitting here and I was like, wait, why did I just stop journaling? And I was like, oh, I got distracted. And that animal version of me, my shadow self, was like, oh, like really judging myself for getting distracted. And I was like, hey, oh, sorry. And I was like, hey, you don't have to be so hard on yourself. I understand, we got distracted a bit and we don't want to have that energy, but awareness is step one, like I love you and it's okay. We're getting right back into the journaling, so just be a little gentler with yourself because you are following your heart. You're doing what's best for you, what's right for you. So how can you do that with more trust and more faith and more grace? Okay. So what you need to focus on, we have the Queen of Pentacles. So again, more of that feminine energy. Could be dealing with an earth sign or have some earth in your chart. But yeah, you need to focus on, I feel like gratitude is really important right now because the Queen of Pentacles is all about abundance, nurture, and feeling like you can obtain anything you desire. So how can you focus more on gratitude? How can you notice your abundance? Instead of focusing on what you don't have and what you wish would come in faster, focus on what you do have, you know? Like for me, I have, when I first started my YouTube channel, like I would celebrate getting 100 subscribers and like a like on a video, and now I have over 1,000 and I'm getting more views, and I have other social medias that have a lot of growth, and I do events and have classes and have people wanting to book me for readings and private events all the time. Yes, I want to do this full time and I don't want to have to work at a restaurant. Yes, I would love to have loyal clients and thousands, hundreds of thousands, millions, why not, views on YouTube. Like I would love that. But I'm working my way to that. And instead of focusing on what I don't have, I choose to focus on how much I've already grown and what there is to celebrate now. That is how you get more and more of that energy. If you focus on lack, you're just going to experience it. Tell me more about the Queen of Pentacles. Ooh, okay. So we have the King of Pentacles, the King of Swords, and the Knight of Swords with the Nine of Pentacles. Okay. So yeah, you just need to focus on your abundance. Focus on how much you've already grown, how much you've already manifested, and the things you're proud of for yourself. It's not just about where can I grow, where can I grow? Like obviously, we're always going to be growing. So we don't need to fixate on that so much. That's a natural thing that's going to happen. Focus on how proud of yourself you are. Focus on the amazing accomplishments you've done so far. And with the King of Swords, the Knight of Swords, I feel like your truth, your soul truth, is that you are a very abundant, very lucky, very beautiful person. I feel like there's a part of you, and especially if you live in the United States, it is really conditioned into us that you got to work hard, you have to hustle, you have to grind your life away in order to succeed and be worthy, or else it's going to pass you by. And that's just not the truth. Okay, America is great at being in the matrix, phenomenal at it, you know what I mean? But that's not your soul truth. And a lot of us came to Earth during this time because Earth needs people, needs light workers to change the frequency we got going on here, because it's a mess, So if you feel really disconnected from that hustle and grind energy, but you feel like you have to submit to it, you don't. You need to go within and recognize your soul's truth. Recognize that abundance and success is a birthright. It's not something you have to earn and work for. And what you need to work through is the limiting beliefs and the narratives that you've been telling yourself about your worthiness and the fact that you have to work towards it, because you don't. Okay. All right. So in the recent past, interesting, we do have the Seven of Swords. So there could have been maybe someone, or maybe you, being manipulative, lying, stealing, cheating. Who knows what's going on here? Okay, this can also talk about doing something in a different way. So we'll see which side of the coin we're on with this one. Tell me more about the Seven of Swords. All right, let's see here. So we have the Two of Swords, Temperance, Three of Pentacles, Six of Pentacles. So this could have involved someone, like maybe someone stole from you, or maybe people at work, or a business partner, something like that. Somebody was being shady. Okay, this could have been someone who literally stole money from you, or maybe stole a promotion. And by the way, like especially with the promotion thing, like if somebody got the promotion over you, even if they did it in means that were shady, it wasn't meant for you. You know what I mean? Like, and maybe you'll get it after things happen for a reason. Okay. But Yeah, there could have been somebody who stole from you or was just, I don't know, like shady, shade tree. This could have also been somebody who maybe like took some business ideas from you, something like that. We do have the Two of Swords and Temperance. Yeah, like this is something I feel you didn't expect or didn't see coming. With Temperance, though, it's very fierce. It's like you're not holding a grudge. You're like, kind of like what I said. Everything happens for a reason. This person, their true intentions have been shown, and sucks that that's what they are. But at least I know now. Yeah, I just feel like you're not holding on to this. You're just being like, okay, whatever. All right, tell me more about the Three of Pentacles, Six of Pentacles. Let's find out a little bit more about that. Yeah, the Queen of Swords. Yeah, I feel like you had to cut somebody off. This could have been a boss or somebody you work with, or a masculine energy that maybe you went to for guidance or support or something like that. Uh-oh, my pen. See, yeah, but yeah, see, here's your card too. Like this is someone that you really trusted, but they really disappointed you and hurt you. And with Judgment here, Six of Swords, yeah. So then you had to decide to leave this situation behind and start over anew because, yeah, you went through a tower here. Mm-mm-mm. This was definitely like blindsided you, but honestly, you're handling it with a lot of maturity. You're like, you know what? That was not on my bingo card, but you can have it. Mm. And it's almost like this situation happening like that. It's like that's what's having you put so much energy and time into your goals, into your own self, because you're like, you know what? I tried to make this work with this guy, this person, but it didn't happen how I thought. So I got to move on. Mm, 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 mm. Okay. So, some possible outcomes here. We have the Ace of Swords. All right. So, there is some clarity coming through here. This also talks about victory and triumph. So, Spirit's letting you know, like, you're definitely going to succeed. Like, something's going to work out for you. Okay. And also, because we had the Seven of Cups earlier, there's going to be more clarity, more truth, more understanding. This can also be communication coming in from somebody. So, let's see. Let's see about it. Tell me more about the Ace of Swords. Okay, the Two of Cups and the Death card. Okay. So there could be, like this person or group of people that maybe hurt you, or we had energies of a breakup or something happening here. So you could have a lot of clarity coming through about this breakup, or maybe this person's going to come back around trying to maybe apologize, or maybe there's like a new energy that they're on. Let's see. We do have the Hierophant here, the Two of Wands, the Hermit. This person may come in like offering you a long-term commitment, possibly. All right, tell me more about the Two of Cups, the Death card. What are the intentions here? Let's see. Okay, we have the Page of Wands, the Ten of Pentacles, the Ace of Pentacles. Okay. Yeah, I feel like this person is coming back in with a lot more stability, a lot more confidence. And I think this person is a bit nervous because they are showing up as a page. So it's like, I don't know if this is going to work out for me, but I'm going to see what happens. So I feel like, especially if you had to walk away from this person because you felt, maybe they weren't. So yeah, like this is the person that disappointed you. But we do have the Emperor, Justice, and the Chariot. So there could have been some sort of balancing, some growth that this person has gone through. And obviously, like with the Ace of Pentacles, Ten of Pentacles, the Page of Wands, like they are showing up with more confidence, more stability, more security than before. And maybe in the past year, like maybe you felt like you were the one giving, especially with the Six of Pentacles, and you had to cut it off because you felt like it wasn't balanced. So maybe this person has been working on themselves and comes back around here. I do see like they're going to be communicating with you in some way. And whether you want to receive that or not is totally up to you. We all have free will. If you trust that this person has gone through those changes, then great. If you still need time or you're not interested, that's okay too. It's whatever feels right for you. All right. So in the near future, we do have the Six of Cups. Some of you guys could have an orange little cat. So obviously there's some sort of past situation coming back to the surface here. The Six of Cups talks about childhood memories, nostalgia. Some of you guys could be going to a reunion or a family reunion even, but I feel like this past situation where you had to walk away from somebody, I feel like it's coming back around. So let's see. And again, that's up to you if you want that. Tell me more about the Six of Cups. Some of you guys could be dealing with a Scorpio or a fire sign there. Okay. All right. We have the Three of Wands, Eight of Cups, the Knight of Cups. So yeah, this was a situation where you had to walk away from this person or these group of people, whatever. You had to walk away. And I feel like this person is coming back with an apology. They're vulnerable. They have their heart on their sleeve, and they just, again, whatever you want to do with this is up to you. I don't feel any malicious intent from this person. I don't feel manipulation, but I feel like, you know, you took time for yourself. You've really been focusing on yourself, and maybe that's what they did as well. So I see them coming back in with an apology, with love. So let's see. We have the Seven of Wands, the Eight of Wands. You're definitely protecting your energy from this because they're coming in with communication. But you're trying to stay strong, protect yourself. We have the Five of Swords, the Five of Pentacles. Yeah, because you don't want to be disappointed again. You know, like this person, there was a lot of lack and a lot of inconsistency, and like it bred a lot of distrust for you. And you don't want to have to put yourself through that again. I totally get that. We have the Four of Wands, the Nine of Wands, the Sun, the Six of Wands, the Wheel of Fortune, and then the King of Wands. So this person could have matured, especially if you saw them as the Knight of Wands or like someone that was inconsistent or just always having here for a good time, not a long time, you know. But with the Four of Wands, Nine of Wands, I feel like this person is working really hard to have that balanced connection and have that long-term commitment, that family energy. Because the Wheel of Fortune, Six of Wands, the Sun could be dealing with a Leo for sure. I mean, this person knows what they want. They know what they want with you, okay? And they want success. They want long-term. They want happiness. So if they have put in the work, you feel, then great. But again, that's totally up to you. Okay, so some advice for you. We have the Ace of Cups. So you're being guided to follow your heart, right? Again, your heart may not be with this person anymore. Your heart may have gone, packed a suitcase and left, you know? Your heart may be involved in the goals and accomplishments that you're focusing on. This also talks about needing to heal. You know, some of you might want to meditate, journal, maybe doing some spiritual ceremonies and sessions, therapy. But this is a new chapter in love, whether that means a new person or the same person, but a new energy. Let's see. Follow your heart, though. That's the main thing. Tell me more about the Ace of Cups for Aquarius. Oh my God. Oh my God. We have the Emperor and the Four of Cups. Okay. Yeah, I feel like you're going to have a new perspective on this person. Like they're actually showing up as an emperor, as someone who can provide for you, take care of you, someone you can trust, someone you can build a business with, whatever the case may be. And the Four of Cups talks about a shift in perspective, right? So it's like you guys had to go through this separation in order for both of you to grow and mature to make this a sustainable connection again. All right, let's learn more about the Four of Cups and the Emperor, honestly. Tell me more. Okay, we have the Ten of Swords and the World card. Okay, yeah. So that's, I mean, you walked away from it, but we have the Six of Wands, the Wheel of Fortune, the Four of Wands. It's like you walked away, but now it might have a resurrection of some sort. Okay. Tell me more about the Four of Cups specifically. Okay. Now we do have the Chariot here. So for me, the Chariot is forward movement, and it's confident forward movement. It's someone who's learned a lot and gained a lot of wisdom. So now they're ready to move forward. So this could mean that you're ready to move on from this connection, right? So I'm trying to, because there's a bunch of you, right? So I'm trying to express the different, pathways we could go here. But yeah, it's like some of you may feel like this person hasn't matured enough and it's time to move on. Some of you may feel like, maybe I should give them another chance. It's totally up to the person. I think there is a lot of fear, though, surrounding this connection. I think you're trying to decide, can I actually trust this person? Is this just performative? We also have the Hermit. So I think you just need to follow your gut, follow your intuition, go within for that guidance. Tell me more about the Emperor. What are the energy here? Tell me more about the Emperor. All right, we have the Wheel of Fortune for the Emperor. So I do feel like this person has gone through a lot of changes and they do want to have a fresh start with you. But again, that's up to you. All right. So in your environment, what's impacting you? We do have the King of Cups here. So you could be dealing with a water sign. But this is someone around you who is definitely like cool, calm, collected. Okay. This could be that Emperor energy, like maybe this person is like, I don't know what Aquarius is feeling or what they're going to do, but I'm just going to try to stay in control of myself, focus on myself, and we'll see what happens. And I do like that. Like, it seems like this person isn't trying to like be aggressive or force their way back into your life. Like they're allowing you to decide. And obviously, like it's your choice. Like it's not an allowance. At the end of the day, you're going to do what you want to do, right? But they're really honoring the fact that you need time to think about it. You need to, decide if you can trust them again. Like, I feel like they're understanding that. Okay. Tell me more about the King of Cups. This person definitely wants a reunion with you. We have the Star, the Three of Cups, the Sun card. Like they want to get back together with you or reconnect. And see, you're unsure. You're very unsure if you can trust this person because there's been so much disappointment, All right, let's see here. Okay, we have the King of Wands, the Nine of Wands, Judgment, and the Eight of Pentacles. Yeah, see, definitely fire sign energy. Like this person is, they're being respectful and they're honoring your space and your time, but they really are doing whatever they can to get this back on track. Okay. And with the Judgment card, the Eight of Pentacles, yeah, it's like you decided you're going to focus on yourself and they're honoring that. And, they're going to focus on themselves too. But the decision that you made to walk away from this has really had them in reflection. They've really been thinking about, how did we get here and how can I make this right? And I get it. Like, because sometimes whenever you have to walk away from something and then the changes happen, it's like, now I'm not even interested because like, why didn't you do that before? It's like, what was missing before? You weren't taking me seriously? Like, kind of like that. But if you really feel like this is your person or your friend, business partner, whatever, yeah, see, there's just so much uncertainty that you have here. I would definitely just ground yourself and focus on yourself, because I don't want fear to be the thing that makes you go towards this, right? Like sometimes people will fear, like, well, I don't want them to do somebody else, so let me just stay or let me just go back. I don't want that to be the case. I also, say you really do want to be with this person and they are making the changes, but you're scared they're going to go backwards or it's not a genuine change. I don't want that to be the deciding factor either. So I think it is just best for you to just focus on yourself, maybe go to therapy, meditate, journal about it, and just keep doing you. Because if this is meant to be, I think it's best if you come back together in a fuller, more grounded, more mature space, anyways. So allowing yourself the time to get to that version of you. And I feel like this person is going to honor whatever time that takes. That's the best way. Because there is a lot of fear that you have surrounding this and a lot of uncertainty. And I don't think that's a good foundation for anything. So there's no need to rush, but just take your time and, if this person's meant to be with you, they'll be there. Okay. So your hope or fear, we have the Moon card, could be dealing with a Cancer or a Pisces. All right. So yeah, there's a fear that this is not as genuine as you think. You know what I mean? Like you're like, well, it's like you're waiting for the rug to be pulled out from underneath you. This can also talk about like your doubts and your fears, your subconscious blocks causing issues as well. That's why I'm saying, like, go to therapy, meditate about it, journal about it, keep yourself grounded, because you don't want fear or lack or whatever to be the guiding factor. But yeah, I think that you're worried that there's more underneath the surface and that this person is not showing up as genuine as they're presenting. Lots of fear here. I get it. Tell me more about the Moon card. All right. See, we have the Lovers, the Seven of Wands, the Nine of Cups, the Hermit. Yeah. It's like you're really trying to protect your energy because you don't know if you can trust this partnership. You don't know. Gemini energy there, and also Virgo. But with the Nine of Cups, the Hermit, I feel like at the end of the day, you know what makes you happy. You know what brings you fulfillment. That's why I tell people, get clear on what you want out of life, out of your job, out of a relationship, out of friendship. So that way you're not wasting your time on someone that's not in alignment. And the clearer you get on that, the easier it will be to decide if this person fits that or not. Because at the end of the day, I've been jiggling around this camera this whole time. It's crazy. Let me move this back a smidge. Ah! Has this just been holding? Hold on a second, y'all. All right. Oh, man. Anywho, whatever. We'll see what happens. That worked, though. Okay, with the Hermit and the Nine of Cups, yeah, like it's, you know what you want, you know what feels good for you. So really just trust your intuition and trust your inner world about whether you can go towards this or not. Because there is a lot of fear that you have surrounding this connection and this relationship. And maybe you just need to unpack the past things that you've been through. Because at the end of the day, I'm not going to deny that. Why is this like this? Okay, whatever. I'm not going to deny that this person is coming back with a new energy. They are. But it's up to you to decide if you can trust them or not, or if that is what you want. Yeah, it's like you're very pulled in different directions because you're like, well, is this going to work, or am I going to end up in heartbreak again? At the end of the day, just be patient. Okay? Just take your time getting to know this person again. Oh, I'm all over the place today, y'all. See, yeah, the sun again. Oh my, what am I, Butterfingers? Okay, Let me get it together because I'm all over the place for real. But yeah, just take your time getting to know this person again and getting to know yourself. And if you come back together, great. If not, it wasn't meant to be. You know, you can't control other people. You can't, control divine timing and how things need to unfold. So just let them unfold. And if it's in alignment for you, great. But the final outcome, we have the Two of Pentacles. So yeah, the final outcome is you getting balanced and having your priorities in check. This is you realizing what matters to you and what doesn't. So it seems like there's a lot of clarity coming through for you. I like that. Tell me more about the Two of Pentacles. All right, we have the Magician, the Four of Pentacles, and the Four of Swords. Yeah. So I definitely see you just focusing on yourself and pouring your energy back into you and resting, restoring, rejuvenating. I don't know if that means if you're with this person or not. I think that you're leaning more towards just doing you. Because, yeah, I just feel like the Five of Pentacles, Five of Swords are still here. Like, I feel like it was just a situation where it's hard for you to move on from that. And maybe that's part of this Four of Swords. Maybe you're going to therapy and healing, because we do have the Sun, the Three of Cups, and the Star. So I do see happiness, joy, potentially a reunion happening there. But that's up to you if you can move past this. Some things, you can forgive, but you're not going to forget, So if that's the situation, then don't torture yourself trying to make it work. If it doesn't make sense for you, it doesn't make sense for you, and that's okay. But I would definitely take the time to heal certain things. Even if you don't want to get back with this person, you don't need to carry that with you. So just take the time to heal and get to know yourself again. I think that's what's most important. All right, Aquarius, we're going to close it out with an oracle message, a few oracle cards. If this resonated for you, let me know with a like, a comment. Definitely subscribe. All of that helps the channel grow. And share this video with another Aquarius, a friend, a cross watcher, if you would like. All right. So here's the situation. Okay, we have the crumbling. What are you clinging on to? We have protection, call back your power, cut the cords, soul retrieval. And we have align your life, what is not aligned or needs to change. Okay, so yeah, I definitely feel like it's time to just take a step back from this situation, focus on yourself, okay? Because I just think there's a lot of divine intervention going on here. And I think that letting it go can allow it to unfold how it's meant to, whether that means you guys are together, you work it out, or you don't. I think what's most important here is you focusing on yourself, getting back in alignment and getting grounded and taking care of yourself. Because I feel like how something is now doesn't make sense. So you have to let it go. You have to walk away. If in that time changes happen, great. But how it is now, it's not making sense. So it's time to pull back your energy. Okay? Trust that the divine has something beautiful in store for you. And know that this moment of separation or disappointment or heartbreak is cracking you open to grow even more. And it's going to be a beautiful situation. You just have to be strong and get through it. Okay? You got this, Aquarius. All right. I love you guys so much. Thank you for watching. If you would like more from me, I have all of my social media are down in the description box below. If you guys would like more content and just, want to see what I'm up to. I also have my website down there if you guys would like to book a personal reading or soul alchemy ceremony. That's where we turn your pain into power and help you create the beautiful life that you desire. I also offer those virtually. If you're not in the area, we can do them over Zoom or whatever. And if you'd like to sign up for my newsletter, that's on my website as well. If you sign up, you get a meditation sent to you. But it's just a great way to get more spiritual guidance with the readings and meditations, affirmations, journal prompts, like all these goodies to help you in your spiritual growth. So check it out. Thank you so much for watching, Aquarius. I will see you next time. Bye-bye.